Good morning, students. Myself, I am Dr. Sanjay P. Yavle, HOD Department of Chemistry. Good morning, students. Myself, I am Dr. Sanjay P. Yavle, HOD Department of Chemistry, SDSM Junior College, Palghar. Students, in last lecture, we have discussed about the classification of polymers. In that, we learn six classifications, and that classification depends upon sources or origin, structures, mode of polymerization, intermolecular forces, and different monomers, and last one we learn about the biodegradability. Now students, today we're going to learn after classification some important terms of the chapter we'll discuss over here, and in that important terms is some important polymers we discuss like rubber, polythene, teflon, polyacrylonitrile, polyamide polymers, polyesters, phenol, formaldehyde and related polymers, Buna S rubber, neoprene, viscose rayon, etc. Later on, we have to we discuss about the rubber, later on vulcanization of rubber. Up to vulcanization of rubber, we discussed in detail in previous lecture. Now, polythene I want to discuss with you. What do you mean by polythene? Polythene bags and polythene material that you are familiar with that. Whenever you approach to the grocery, at that side also you see today, even though these bags are hazard to the pollution, but though people are using, why? That they understand, because they lack of education. But we'll see about their chemical property. Polythene is the simplest and most commonly used hydrocarbon thermoplastic, and they has following structure. In slide you can see structure very downside, and the IUPAC name of polythene is polythene or polyethylene, that is of polyethylene. From that IUPAC name we can say polythene because double bonds are there. Polythene is of two kinds, namely low density polythene is LDP and high density polythene, that is of HDP. Here remember L stands for low, then downside H stands for high, means low density and high density polythene. Now structure you can see, in the structure CH2 n times, means in initial product we see CH2 double bond CH2. Whenever these bonds are open, that time we'll see between the carbon carbon single bonds are there, and the single bonds are stretched number of times n times. This small indicates what number of molecules, and by that the name comes polythene. From double bonded products, from double bonded reagents of the ethene undergoes polymerization, we can get the polythene. It is of two type, LDP means low density polythene and HDP means high density polythene. You may say that low and high decides what micron. At particular micron are produces what hazard to the pollution, and after that higher micron they cannot produce hazard to the higher pollution. Later on, first of all, we'll discuss about the low density polythene means LDP. LDP can be obtained by polymerization of ethylene under high pressure, and that pressure is of 1000 to 2000 atmosphere pressure, and the temperature is around 350 to 570 Kelvin. That is also in presence of O2 or peroxide as the initiator. You see the reaction. In this reaction, CH2 double bond CH2 on arrow 1000 to 2000 atmosphere. Below arrow traces of oxygen peroxide at 350 to 370 Kelvin. From that we'll get low density polymer means LDP. Later on, the mechanism of this reaction involves free radical addition and hydrogen atom abstraction. The latter results in branching. As a result, the chains are loosely held and the polymers has the low density. So here that type of material will see CH2CHH, then CH2CH2. By polymerization we'll get CH2CH2, again crosslink, here curly means crosslink or chain formations are there, and by that the final product will get it is of low density polythene. Later on, properties of LDP. LDP films are extremely flexible, but these films are very tough, chemically inert, and moisture resistant. Means they cannot be attracted towards the water molecule. It is poor conductor of electricity and it melts at 110 degrees Celsius. So these are the properties of LDP. Later on, we'll see uses where we can use LDP. LDP is mainly used in preparation of pipes for agriculture, for irrigation, for domestic water line pipes connections, as well as insulation to the electric wires or electrical cables. The outer wasting of this or outer coating of the cable, which are made from the LDP. It is also used in submarines cable insulation. It is also used in producing extruded films sheets, mainly for packaging and household uses like in preparation of squares, bottles, attractive containers, etc. In that it can be used. You can see the diagram. You can see picture over here. LDP that can be useful for such a purpose for making squeeze bottles and other material also. Later on, next type of the polythene we'll see high density polythene means HDP. HDP is the it is essentially a linear polymer with high density due to close packing. In the reaction, you can see N molecules of ethylene plus N molecules of 4-methyl 1-pentene, which can be polymerized under Ziegler-Natta polymerization or Ziegler-Natta catalysis. By polymerization, we'll get CH2 N times, and by that again link can be joined and it is what developed. And this full product is called as polyethylene co 4-methyl 1-pentene, and it forms of LLDPE. Later on, here properties of this LDP. Here HDP is obtained by polymerization of ethene in presence of Ziegler-Natta catalyst, which is a combination of triethyl aluminum C2H5 thrice Al with titanium tetrachloride TiCl4 at temperature of 333 Kelvin to 343 Kelvin under pressure of 6 to 7 atmosphere. Then properties of HDP. HDP is crystalline melting point in the range of 144 to 150 degrees Celsius. It is much stiffer than LDP and has high tensile strength and hardness also. It is more resistant to chemicals than LDP. So these are the properties of HDP. Uses of HDP are HDP is used in manufacture of toys and other household articles like buckets, dustbins, bottles, pipes, etc. So it is used to prepare laboratory wares which are in the laboratory, as well as other objects where high tensile strength and stiffness is required. So these are the uses of HDP. Later on, next polythene is of Teflon. Teflon that can be obtained from the tetrafluoroethylene has the structure CF2 double bond CF2. Chemically, Teflon is polytetrafluoroethylene, and the monomer which can be used in preparation of the Teflon is tetrafluoroethylene CF2 double bond CF2, which is the gas at room temperature. Then tetrafluoroethylene is polymerized by using free radical initiator like hydrogen peroxide or ammonium persulfate at high pressure. Here tetrafluoroethylene means N molecules of CF2 double bond CF2 polymerized under pressure with the help of benzoyl peroxide, or in presence of benzoyl peroxide. These double bonds are open, it gives what? CF2 single bond CF2 N times. So it is the polytetrafluoroethylene, and it can be used for such a purpose that you can see in the picture also. Properties of Teflon. Teflon is tough, chemically inert, and resistant to heat, and that can be attacked by the corrosive reagents or corrosive agents. Carbon fluorine bond, CF bond, is very difficult to break, and it remains unaffected by corrosive alkali material or organic solvent also. And that's why this tough bond causes for making such type of Teflon. Where we can use Teflon? Teflon is used in making non-stick cookware material. You may say pan coating in your kitchen, as well as what are the coated material what you observe in the kitchen from inner side coating that is required with the help of Teflon. Oil seals in the oil gasket also, etc. For packing purpose also nowadays it can be useful. Next fiber is of polyacrylonitrile. Short form is PAN, PAN. Now this polyacrylonitrile is prepared by addition polymerization of acrylonitrile by using peroxide initiator, and polyacrylonitrile resembles wool and is used as wool substitute and for making Orlon or acrylan. And molecules of CH2 double bond CSCN, vinyl cyanide or acrylonitrile polymerized by using peroxide polymerization. It gives CH2 single bond CH single bond CN n times. It is called as polyacrylonitrile. By that we can get such type of thread or bundle we'll see in the picture, and these are obtained or prepared from polyacrylonitrile. Then polyamide polymers. Polyamide polymers are those which are generally known as nylons. Later on, in this polymer, nylon is the generic name of the synthetic linear polyamide which can be obtained by condensation polymerization between dicarboxylic acids and diamines, and the self condensation of the amino acid in this process by the ring opening polymerization of the lactams, that is called as here polymerization of this polymer. When an amino group and carboxyl group present in the same molecule, they react intramolecularly, means intramolecular bonding is there, and that results amide is a cyclic, and this cyclic called as lactam. A cyclic ester formed by intramolecular reaction of hydroxyl and carboxyl groups is called as lactones. Polyamides contain CONH groups as the inter-unit linkages, and the two important polyamide polymers are nylon double six and nylon 6. So these are the polyamide fiber. Why nylon double six and nylon 6, that we'll see in detail now. Nylon 6 fiber, first of all, we'll see. It is the monomer that can be obtained from the combination of adipic acid and hexamethylene diamine. Both are mixing to form nylon salt, means monomer you may say. And this nylon salt, which undergoes condensation, means polymerization under high pressure, high temperature, they use polyamide fiber called as nylon 66 or nylon double six. Why it is called as nylon double six? Here double six stands for the number of the carbon atoms in the two bifunctional monomers. And these bifunctional monomers are adipic acid and hexamethylene diamine. Why it is called as bifunctional monomer? Because in that adipic acid, carboxylic acid group comes, you may see structure of these molecules in the reaction. Now see adipic acid, N molecules HOC double bond O, CH2 4 times C double bond OH. This adipic acid containing carboxylic acid group plus hexamethylene diamine NH2 CH2 6 times NH2. 6 means hexa. Diamine NH2 NH2 comes 2 times. In first reactant adipic acid carboxylic acid group comes, functional group comes. In second reagent hexamethyl diamine NH2 means amino group comes. So both reagents are entirely different with respect to their functional groups. That's why you may say these are bifunctional. Whenever they undergoes polymerization by salt like 50 to 525% at the temperature of 525 Kelvin, not percent. Under high pressure, by loss of water molecule means by condensation will get C double bond O CH2 for 6 times C double bond O NH CH2 6 times NHN. So this fiber is called as nylon double six. Why double six? Adipic acid contains 6 carbon atom as well as hexamethyl diamine also 6 carbon atoms each. That's why this fiber called as nylon double six. Now nylon double six is high molecular mass, means high molecular weight, ranging between 12,000 to 50,000 unified mass, and the linear condensation polymer which possesses high tensile strength and it does not soak, means it cannot absorb the water molecule. That's why it is used for making sheets, bristles of the brush, toothbrush, hairbrush, etc. Surgical sutures, means threads, then textile fabrics, etc. In diagram you can see. So in this way we can use nylon double six for making these articles. Later on, nylon 6 fiber we'll see. When epsilon sign you can see, means epsilon caprolactam is heated with water at high temperature. It undergoes ring opening polymerization to give the polyamide polymer called nylon 6, and the name nylon 6 is given on the basis of 6 carbon atoms only present in the monomer unit. Due to high tensile strength and luster, nylon 6 fibers are used for manufacture of tire cords of the tire, vehicle tire, fabrics, means threads, ropes, which are used for heavy purpose. In diagram also you can see. Now come to the reaction of nylon 6. In nylon 6, here we'll see caprolactam. Caprolactam is what? Here CH2, 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 CH2. These are 5 times. Then C double bond O NH. This C double bond NH, this linkage is breaks at between carbon and nitrogen. So between carbon and nitrogen, this linkage can be breaks like this. Then by breaking this linkage, we can get such type of linkage we can break over here. Then in caprolactam you see the breaking of the cycle between C double bond O carbon and NH nitrogen. So between carbon and nitrogen this linkage can be break. By breaking this linkage, but breaking of this linkage will say at high temperature, that is around 533 Kelvin to the 543 Kelvin. From there also there is loss of water molecule. By loss of water molecule will get C double bond O CH2 5 times NHN. So total in this structure of this fiber you see CH2 5 times, means 5 carbon, and C double bond O 6 carbon. So totally 6 carbon atoms are there in this compound. That's why, as well as raw material also contains 6 carbon atoms. So this fiber is called as nylon 6. So in pictures you can see what kind of purposes are there for making, and the raw material is again nylon 6. Later on, next fiber we'll see polyesters. Polyesters are the polymers which have ester linkage joining the repeating units. Commercially, the most important polyester fiber is terylene, also called as Dacron. It is obtained by condensation polymerization of ethylene as well as glycol, ethylene glycol, and terephthalic acid in presence of catalysts at high temperature. Later on, terylene has a relatively high melting point around 265 degrees Celsius and is resistant to chemicals as well as water. It is used for making wrinkle-free fabrics by blending with cotton, terracotta, and wool, terrywool, and also as glass reinforcing materials in safety helmets also. Then PET. PET is the most common thermoplastic. Notice the PET, polyethylene terephthalate. That is the PET. Remember, PET is the most common thermoplastic, which is another trade name of the polyester. Then polyethylene terephthalate means PET is used for making many articles like bottles that you can see in diagram, jams, bottle, packaging, container, etc. In that PET can be useful. Later on, polycarbonates, which are also use a kind of polyester polymers. These are high melting thermosetting resins. In the reaction, you see, in reaction, terephthalic acid, when combines with ethylene glycol, by loss of water molecule in presence of catalysts like zinc acetate, antimony trioxide, about 420 to 460 Kelvin, and from that we'll get such type of polyethylene terephthalate means PET. Here small indicate number of the molecules. Later on, we'll see next rubber, that is of Buna rubber. Buna rubber from picture you can see it is useful for preparation of tire cords or tires of the vehicle might be high, heavy or light. Now Buna is an elastomer which is a copolymer of styrene with butadiene. Its trade name is SBR, means styrene butadiene rubber. The copolymer is usually often from 75 parts of butadiene and 25 parts of styrene subjected to the addition polymerization by action of sodium. It is vulcanized with sulfur. Bunaise is superior to natural rubber with with regard to mechanical strength and has abrasion resistance, means heat resistance. Hence, it is used in tire industry. Now, 1,3-butadiene in reaction you see. 1,3-butadiene when it combines with n molecules of styrene, from that we will get CH2, CH double bond CH, CH2, CH2, CH and N. Here double bonds open of the styrene that comes to single bond, and from that what is the fiber we'll get, that is of Buna styrene copolymer, also called as Buna S rubber. Later on, Buna S rubber in picture you can see it is used for making such type of tires or tire cords. Later on, neoprene. Neoprene is a synthetic rubber, is used by condensation polymers of chloroprene, means 2-chloro-1,3-butadiene, that is chloroprene. It polymerizes rapidly in presence of oxygen. Vulcanization of neoprene takes place in presence of magnesium oxide. Neoprene is particularly resistant to petroleum, vegetable oils, light as well as heat. Neoprene is used in making hose pipes for transport of gasoline and making gaskets. It is also used for manufacturing insulator cables, jacket belts for power transmission and conveying. You see the reaction. In reaction, 2-chlorobutene or 2-chlorobuta-1,3-diene means chloroprene undergoes polymerization. By that we'll get poly 2-chlorobuta-1,3-diene or polychloroprene or neoprene product. It can be useful for making such type of articles that you can see in diagram. Later on, I want to discuss about the biodegradable polymers. Biodegradable polymers, they contain functional groups similar to those of the biopolymers, such as proteins. You know, proteins almost they are containing amino acid. Proteins also containing C double bond NH linkage. Now this protein, like that, biomolecular or biopolymers, they contain such type of linkage or functional group. Aliphatic polyesters, which are also used an important class of biodegradable polymers. Later on, PHBV. PHBV is the copolymer of two bifunctional means 3 hydroxy carboxylic acids, which are namely called as beta hydroxybutyric acid, also called as 3 hydroxybutanoic acid, and beta hydroxyvaleric acid means 3 hydroxypentanoic acid. Then hydroxyl group of one monomer, it forms ester linkage by reacting with carboxyl group of the other. Thus, PHBV is an aliphatic polyester with name of poly beta hydroxybutyrate co beta hydroxy valerate PHBV. PHBV degraded by means it can be destroyed by microbes or microbial material in the environment. Here, see the reaction. 3 hydroxybutanic acid N molecules which can be combined with N molecules of the 3 hydroxypentanoic acid by condensation reaction. On arrow you can see minus H2O means loss of water molecule, that is condensation reaction. Normally in other topic we are telling elimination reaction, same meaning, but here condenses at low temperature, that's why condensation. From that, by breaking the bond and by loss of water molecules from the carboxylic acid of the butanic acid and pentanoic acid, will get the main product, that is of PHBV. The long form of PHBV, that also you have to remember. PHBV is the copolymer of the two bifunctional beta hydroxycarboxylic acid. Later on, I want to discuss about the nylon to nylon 6 fiber. Nylon to nylon 6 is the polyamide copolymer of two amino acid, namely glycine and epsilon aminocaproic acid. It is biodegradable polymer. See the reaction. N molecules of glycine plus N molecules of aminocaproic acid by loss of water molecule will get nylon to nylon 6 fiber. Later on, we discuss about the table. We're going coming to end of this topic now. Commercially important polymers are those which are apart from the polymers already that we discuss in and at the initial topics of the chapter, and many of more polymers are used extensively with their structure applications of some of them which are given in this table. Commercially important polymers are those which are useful commercially in the market for making several products. This table contains 4 columns: trade name, monomer, polymer, structure that can we get, and where we can use that one, that is of applications. One by one we'll discuss. Propene, acrylic glass. So in that, the monomer is methyl, methyl, methacrylate structure you can see. From that we'll get such type of polymer, and this polymer can be useful for making lenses of the spec paint in paint industry, security barrier, LCD screen of the TVs and that, shutters, resistant glasses, etc. Later on, bunion. It is obtained from butadiene and acrylonitrile. It is applicable or useful in adhesives, means Fevicol and that material, rubber belts, shoe soles, O-rings, gaskets, etc. Next one is the PVC, polyvinyl chloride, PVC. Raw material is the vinyl chloride. It is useful for making water pipes, raincoats, flooring, etc. Then acrylamide. The raw material is acrylamide. Then by combination of reagents, we can get polyacrylamide gel, which is used in the electrophoresis. Later on, urea formaldehyde resin. It is obtained from combination of urea and formaldehyde. It is useful in unbreakable dinner sets, you may say melamine, where decorative laminates or decorative articles. Later on, glyptal, obtained from ethylene glycol and phthalic acid. It is useful in making paints and liquors or lacquers. Then polycarbonate, obtained from bisphenol and phosgene, and by that it is useful in making electrical and telecommunication hardwares, food grade plastic containers. Food grade plastic container means packaging in industry, packaging industry for the perishable items. Then thermocol, which is made from the air-filled thin wall bits of the polystyrene, and the raw material is styrene. On polymerization, we'll get non-degradable, non-biodegradable styrene. It can leach when heated. Therefore, it is what ban. Now, in this chapter, we learn so many terms. Basically, after classification, we learn polythene in the types of the polythene, their preparation, their reagents from which they can be obtained by which process, at what temperature, at what pressure, by that what kind of reagents are required, and from that which product we will get. With this, we learn the applications of this all raw material, all finished products, as well as from that what finished good comes, and where we can use that one in our daily life. Students, this chapter is very important. You study well. I hope that you have to revise these topics three times from this video lecture. You will learn a lot of things. Even though I'm going to declare that the chapter going coming to end over here, in next week or in next lecture, I am going to conduct the full test of the chapter. So everybody has to prepare for that. All the best. Take care. Stay home. Stay safe. God bless you. Thank you.